Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Not things, but opinions about things, trouble men. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. God has entrusted me with myself. If you wish to be a writer, write. First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "Was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Difficulties show men what they are. In case of any difficulty, remember that God has pitted you against a rough antagonist that you may be a conqueror, and this cannot be without toil. Do not seek to bring things to pass in accordance with your wishes, but wish for them as they are, and you will find them. No man is free who is not master of himself. The world turns aside to let any man pass who knows where he is going. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. We must not believe the many who say that only free people ought to be educated, but we should rather believe the philosophers who say that only the educated are free. Don't just say you have read books. Show that through them you have learned to think better, to be a more discriminating and reflective person. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, but the foolish to be a slave to them. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. It is not death or pain that is to be dreaded, but the fear of pain or death. Remember that you are an actor in a drama of such sort as the author chooses. If short, then in a short one. If long, then in a long one. If it be his pleasure that you should enact a poor man, or a cripple, or a ruler, or a private citizen, see that you act it well. For this is your business, to act well the given part, but to choose it belongs to another. What really frightens and dismays us is not external events themselves, but the way in which we think about them. It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. Crows pick out the eyes of the dead when the dead can no longer defend themselves. Finish what you start. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Only the educated are free. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about the things. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. If you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worst horse. For if you can tame one, you can tame all. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and thence proceed to greater. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Circumstances do not make the man. They merely reveal him to himself. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows.